What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Just G and welcome to my casa. Well, the garage portion of my casa. So today, we're not doing no builds. We're not gonna do any tutorials. We're gonna do a setup tour. I wanna show you guys what I'm working with my builds so you can see how I started off. And I wanna take a snapshot in time so in the future, I can see where I started from as well. I wanna show you my 3D printers, my airbrushes, and new spray guns, show you how I set up my photo shoots, and also show you all my tools that I use when I create my builds. So stick around, sit tight, and enjoy this wonderful tour. All right, y'all, we're back at my workbench, and let's start off with the two elephants in the room. This workbench. So I hand built this workbench by myself. It took probably a day and a half to build this workbench, but it's actually sitting on two forelegs, and this is actually harder than I thought. Up top, I got all my builds. That's not mine. When I bought my Power Ranger outfit, it came with a helmet and that's it. That's the one I made. Then I have, of course, my new era X-Wing pilot helmet, the Power Ranger helmet, the Wolverine that I gave in the giveaway, but I have to fix it because I messed it up before I send it off. Of course, the big old War Machine helmet, the Octane helmet from Apex Legends, and the Mandalorian helmet. Those are all my biggest helmets I got so far. If we go down to the workbench, I have a pegboard. So on my pegboard, this is funny because this is the best way I was able to rearrange the tools that I need the most. Drills, we have a hot glue gun that's about to fall off, snips, pliers, hammers, calipers, screwdrivers, all different type of wrenches, tape, level. Oh look, we can all see now, we can see. Soldering irons, just different things. Pens and pencils. I did clean up a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I cleaned up a little bit, but y'all probably like, get to this, get to the printer. All right, so this is my printer. This is an Elegoo Neptune 3 Plus. I chose the Plus because, let's see if I can get me and the printer in the same shot. All right, this is hard. I'm not gonna lie. So the Elegoo Neptune Plus has a build volume of 320 to 320 to 400. This was the first helmet, like if I get a helmet down here. This printer can print a full-size helmet if you angle it right. So I wanted to get this one because of the build volume, and I think the Neptune 3 Max was just too much. I couldn't handle the Max. Pause. So I got that one. Over here, there it is. Over here, I have a filament dryer because I live in Georgia. It's very humid out here, so it's going to get the filament is going to suck up all that moisture, and then it's going to show off in the prints, and I don't want that, so I had to get a filament dryer. So that's what that's for. It's the filament dryer. I have more stuff too, like grips, lights, rigs for cameras. So if I wanted to print and record this or do a time lapse, I have a rig for my camera mount right there. Makes it easier to do that. There's so much stuff. I thought it was gonna be a quick video, but there's a lot to this video. I do most of, if you watch my videos, I do most of my work right here because all my tools are right here. I actually do sometimes, I work over there on the other workbench, and I'll show you in a second, but I do majority of my work right here. If you want to scroll through the boxes, I did a little cleanup in here. I have some battery packs, some wires, some lights, some cables. This one, I have more tools for, uh-oh, the autofocusing is messing up. All right, hold on. In this drawer, I have wire snips, clamps, wire cutters, some lights, stuff like that. And then the final drawer, more tools, picks, brushes, files, Dremel tools, rubber bands, all that other good jazz in this drawer. I need to find a better organization system because my organization system is terrible. So there we go. So in here I have paints, brushes, cleaners, all the stuff is for my airbrush and all that other good jazz right there. So that's the only drawer I'm going to show you in there. So over here we have the resin printer side. This is on the short workbench right here. And let's talk about it. So I have my resin printer. This is the Elegoo Saturn 3 Ultra. This has the metal frame body, the higher build height. Now, when I first started 3D printing, I really wanted a printer and I wanted it to have great detail. So what I did was research the resin printers. But then I found out how much like post-processing you have to do. You have to get a wash station. That way you can wash the resin off of your print, and then you have to get a cure station so you can cure it with a UV light. That's a lot of work. I didn't want to go with that, so that's when I went with the filament printer. But because I've been doing it a while, I decided to, hey, let's try it out. But I'm glad I did, and I never looked back. But like I said, it takes a lot because resin is very toxic, so you have to really do your precautions and stuff like that. So you have to get your PPE. I made my PPE table on my pegboard. So we have, of course, gloves, nitrate gloves. That way the resin won't eat through them, because if you get like some like those other brand gloves, like the latex gloves and stuff like that, that resin's gonna eat right through it. Right here I got a towel holder. This is actually an antenna I had from my computer that I add to the printer because my Wi-Fi is on the other side of the house, and the signal, because this is a Wi-Fi capable printer, but the signal doesn't reach over there, so I needed to boost the signal, and that's the best way I found out how to. Over here we have spatulas. You need silicone spatulas, some microfiber cloths, a metal spatula for scraping, another spray bottle I have, but it just has pure isopropyl alcohol to help clean the prints. Fly water. Then you need the syringe, that works as well. And I love this little toothbrush. I stole this from my son, Batman. Little Batman toothbrush that I stole from my son. Helps clean the prints off. Silicone mats, got 2 of them. And then this space is really big because this is also where I do my airbrushing. So that brings me to this, my ventilation system. This is my ventilation system that I made, and it goes right outside the house with my AC. It's an AC one, that's ventilation to go out. All right, I think I'm back. So here is my airbrush box that I made myself. So this is where I do most of my airbrushing. I grab this Lazy Susan right here, put the Lazy Susan in, put my prints on it, airbrushing. Filtration system, and that's where I have the ventilation that goes in the back. It's magnetic, so it just pops on and pops right off. I actually 3D printed that. So put that on there, sucks all the air out. I would turn it on, but it's really loud, so you don't want to hear all that. Let's talk about airbrushes. These are my 2 small airbrushes right here. This is my new one. This is my Grex. This actually has a 0.7. I might be wrong. Y'all gonna flame me in the comments anyway. But this is a 0.7 millimeter nozzle. So I do the big areas for this. If y'all want to know how much this costs, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to give it. I'm not gonna label everything that I have in the comments, but this is a Grex airbrush, 0.7 millimeter. I do that for my primary prints. That gets the big stuff. This is a smaller trigger airbrush. This is like a 0.3 millimeter nozzle, very small. There it is, we're back. So I use that 0.3 millimeter nozzle for detailing and stuff like that. The corners, the nooks, crannies, little airbrushes. It's not, I used it for the longest time to do big area stuff, like whole helmets. It took forever and it's a pain in the A. So I bought one that does a better job at doing area stuff. Let's bring out the big boys. Here is my first one. I've never used this one before, but it is, I forgot how big it is, but it's a HVLP gun, got from Harbor Freight, like 20 bucks, I swear. This one's a little bit more expensive. This one's like 70 bucks, I got from Amazon. This is a LVLP, a low volume, high pressure airbrush gun. This is what I use now to clear coat. So they're both, I'm probably gonna use this one for primer, big priming, and this one I use for clear coating. Those are my airbrushes. This video is coming out longer than I thought. I think that I showed you a lot. There's a lot more, but for the first video, I think that was pretty good. All right, so I'm not gonna lie to you, that video started to run. I had a lot more to say and a lot more to show you guys, but man, I ran out of time. So I might do a setup part 2. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want to see a part 2 of this. There's a lot of things that I didn't get to show you. So if you saw something that you wanted to see, go ahead and write that down in the comments also, and I'll try to explain that as well. Man, this just goes to show you how far I've come in the last few months, just picking up stuff, learning stuff from YouTube, and then showing what I've learned to you guys. I'm really impressed with myself, and I hope you guys keep coming back so I can just show my knowledge and share with you guys what I've learned. So at the bottom, if y'all want to hit that subscribe button, I mostly appreciate it. If you like this video and you want me to do another one, go ahead and hit that like button and ring that bell so you can keep getting more videos just like this one. You guys have been amazing. I really appreciate it. And I want you guys to have a great rest of your night. God bless y'all. Peace out.
She doesn't not took it. She said we should hook up the boyfriend and boogie. Don't know me, they look at. I'm in the clouds. Full full of Henny, I'm drinking a 12.